Tell me about company culture and how that equates to not just retention rate, but good productivity.
So as the generations and the people change, we just work on happy people or efficient people. So whatever's really annoying, we try to knock out. We have book club, which is what you were talking about. So we just finished our 4th or 5th book in book club, and we are construction people meeting Mondays and Fridays for half an hour to read through a book together. Like, that's real. It's happening, and it's probably the best money we've spent on just collaboration, team growth, personal growth, leadership, you name it.
Welcome to Straight to the Point. I'm your host, Representative Joe D'Orsi. In a world of long-windedness, I'm here to deliver you the capital news in 10 minutes or less. So, let's get straight to the point.
So this is the Straight to the Point podcast. I'm Representative Joe D'Orsi, and in studio today I have a special guest, fellow podcaster of the Just Some BS podcast.
I'm so sorry, Joe.
Find it on Spotify, Apple Music, all of the above.
Yeah.
And he is the CEO of SWF Industrial in the beautiful 47th in Wrightsville. He's Brandon Stanchock.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming on. So let's start with SWF. I say it all the time, the 47th is such a great manufacturing hub in Pennsylvania. It's my number one industry. Tell me about SWF, how it started, how it's going, and where it might be going in the future.
Sure. So SWF Industrial stands for Stewart Welding Fabricating. So Al Stewart started the company around 84 in a one-car garage. Actually, that garage still exists, not too far from the shop. And a couple of years later, he bought a property down by the river, then bought a property up at Water Street, and then built the new location in 2010. So yeah, got the old location up to 80 employees, and we are now just crossed over 170. So
170 employees.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. So what do you specialize in the manufacturing realm?
The way I explain it in elevator pitch, if it's made out of metal and you can't buy it in a catalog, we can build it. So we are very into custom metal fabrication, so stainless, carbon, aluminum, we do it all, and install.
The last time I was there, you shared some really unique stories about some of the orders that you've gotten that your guys are working on. Mm-hmm. Rattle off a couple of really cool projects that you're supplying.
So if you've eaten a Twizzler in the last 20 years, it's probably been through our product.
I have.
We just built a 100-foot conveyor to build roads in Texas with a silo that went with that shipped from our place all the way down to Texas. So spray dryers, a lot of food, pharma, beverage, and then a lot of structural and miscellaneous metals too.
Okay. So you're expanding.
Yeah, looking at it.
Tell me about the expansion project. What else are you going to be offering? And it'll mean probably more employees too, right?
Yeah, certainly more employees. And it's really, I think the hiccup for manufacturing is always space. We always have a space issue. We probably always will. So it's really just trying to shorten that schedule. For our customers, they'll come and ask for things in certain windows. And when you're really busy, that can't happen. So just trying to provide larger bays for larger projects along with just more employees and trying to get more done at the same time.
Yeah. So I visited a couple of years ago now, the first time I was down at the Wrightsville plant. And it's a story that I tell often about manufacturing. You had a Gen Zer, like a guy that was maybe 20, operating one of your really expensive machines with an iPad. Mm-hmm. And I think the message that I take from that I share with a lot of people, because we're talking about workforce development all the time here, shortages in certain disciplines, certainly in manufacturing, sure. It's acute. But you have highly technological jobs. Mm-hmm. And when your 20-somethings look at manufacturing, they might have this concept of like dirty, dusty, hot. Can you explain that away a little bit and tell kind of our listeners it is a highly technical job?
Yeah, it's all of those things. Certainly the technical aspect. The thing you're talking about is the Prodevco. It's about a, $600,000 piece of machinery that's run by Kenny. He's 21 years old. And really it's down to, communicating through IM, through the company in Canada, if we ever have any troubleshooting. And it's just a robot that cuts steel all day long. But what it allows is all of our senior fabricators not have to do layout, not have to do they're actually fabricating, and he's really putting in all the punches, the holes, the copes, and center lines for our install and things like that. It's like building instructions on the steel for the rest of our team. So there are, you're looking at cobots, robots, any type of cutting machines, and then just the welding in general. We're into laser welding as well, which is kind of a new fab. So it's not there's certainly all of the stuff you said, but there's a lot of technology coming into it as well.
Have you found, Brandon, that your younger employees can complete those tasks more naturally, the technological tasks?
They usually pick it up. Actually, if you would ask Molly, like our vacation / pay, like, is all app based. They pick that stuff up way faster, even on the computer side and emails and things like that for sure. But what we have found is, I think in the last 3 years, I would say we have the welding schools, at least in our area, have really, really exploded. And I think working with your hands and working in the industry has become cool again. And it's not a last resort for people. You know, it's a career choice.
Yeah.
And if we would hire, this is the stat I usually say, if we would hire 10 kids coming out of school maybe 5 years ago, we'd keep maybe 50, 60%. Now we're keeping 80, 90, 100% because they're coming in, they're hungry, they want to learn. It's pretty amazing, actually.
So that brand of retention, that figure you shared, is a good segue to my next point. Yeah, you might be talking about a trend in the industry, but one thing I think you guys do really well is company culture, and that certainly lends itself to a high retention rate. Sure. Talk about company culture. I know you spend some time there. You have groups, like self-development groups even set up at SWF. Tell me about company culture and how that equates to not just retention rate, but good productivity.
Yeah, I think it's the only thing you can't buy or that your competitors can't buy. So if you spend time in it, you can certainly go get a bunch of people to come in and try to help you with culture, but it's one of those things that takes a long time, and it's continuous improvement. There's no finish line, which is great, but kind of stinks at the same time. So as the generations and the people change, we just work on happy people or efficient people. So whatever's really annoying, we try to knock out. We have book club, which is what you were talking about. So we just finished our 4th or 5th book in book club, and we are construction people meeting Mondays and Fridays for half an hour to read through a book together. Like, that's real. It's happening, and it's probably the best money we've spent on just collaboration, team growth, personal growth, leadership, you name it. So it's pretty amazing. So yeah, culture is a huge deal, because especially when you're in a shortage of finding employees, the ones you have you want to keep, and that's what we're focusing on.
Yeah, that's amazing. Like, you think like book club, just conceptually I'm thinking, well, maybe in like a Manhattan white collar situation,
Sure.
But you guys are manufacturers, you're meeting, and you have a 90% retention rate or close to it.
Yeah, it's 8.5 years right now. So normal construction is what, 4.5, I think.
So as regards, we can talk about employees, but more specifically leaders. What are a couple of top character traits for any leader?
Humility is number one for me. Realizing, and we talked a little bit that you aren't always right, so being open to different perspectives, being flexible, never yelling. Construction's a bad arena for people yelling at each other and just trying to knock that out. There's always other solutions. Win-wins right now, especially when the construction world's so busy, trying to solve schedule problems, cost problems, change order problems all together by getting a win on both sides. So that flexibility piece is absolutely huge for us, and really people-centered. I think it's the hardest jump to go from non-leader into your first frontline leadership position, because you're having to do a bunch of skills that you're not used to, people skills, and then also try to make your friends accountable to things that you need done now, and I think that's a really hard step for people.
So you are no stranger to the podcast studio. You host a podcast called Just Some BS.
It is.
Tell me about the title, first of all.
Yeah, so it's I'm not niched into any arena. I want to run out of guests when I want to be done doing it. So I just passed 72, 73 episodes. And it's Brandon Stanchock, a little play on my name. Plus, it's, there's no real, I just want to talk to people who are passionate about something. That's it.
So there's no theme other than capturing passion in whatever field it is.
That's correct. Because there's a ton of really amazing, smart people that'll never get that opportunity to tell their passion, and I think there's a whole world of them.
Yeah. So you're a guy that's young. You're successful. What are just aspiring people that are coming up, not just in manufacturing but in professionalism? One piece of advice that you would give them.
Read How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. It completely changed the way I show up to every new interaction with somebody, and I think it makes a huge difference.
What's the top lesson from that book without giving it away?
It was written in 1936, I believe, and it still applies today, so people haven't changed that much.
Very good. find it on your bookshelf or in the library. I'm sure it's in the library.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So lightning round here. If someone wants to visit your podcast, they can find it where?
All the major platforms. You can go to YouTube, Just Some BS, or any of the major things.
And SWF Industrial, you can follow them probably on social media as well?
Yeah, we actually have some really cool stuff. We do a lot of shorts with all of our employees, little things just kind of showing who they are, so it's really fun.
Very good. He is the host of the Just Some BS podcast. He's also the CEO of SWF Industrial. Brandon Stanchock, thanks for joining STTP.
Thank you, Joe.
This has been Straight to the Point. Visit repjod.com/mypodcasts.